Getting older isn't always easy. One day, you're surrounded by friends and family, and the next, it feels like people are avoiding you for no reason. Conversations get shorter, invitations stop coming, and suddenly, you're left wondering, did I do something wrong? The truth is, as we age, social dynamics change in ways that can be confusing and even painful. Sometimes, people start to secretly dislike you, and it has nothing to do with who you are as a person. It's about perceptions, stereotypes, and sometimes their own discomfort with aging. In today's video, we're breaking down When You Grow Old, 9 reasons why people secretly hate you. We're not sugarcoating anything. We're diving straight into the uncomfortable truths behind why relationships change as you get older. But don't worry, this isn't about making you feel bad. It's about giving you the insights to understand what's happening and the tools to handle it with grace and wisdom. Before we begin, if you're committed to living a healthier, more fulfilling life, hit the like button to help spread this valuable knowledge. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to click subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. And if you're enjoying this content, comment 1 below to let me know you're here. If not, comment 0, and I'll work harder to bring you even better content. Ready to face the truth head-on? Let's get started. 1. Envy and jealousy. Envy and jealousy are powerful emotions that can silently erode relationships, especially as you grow older. The life you've built, the achievements, the wisdom, the stability, can unintentionally trigger resentment in others. This isn't because you've done anything wrong, but because your success can remind them of their own regrets, insecurities, or unfulfilled dreams. It's a hard pill to swallow, but sometimes, the better you do, the more uncomfortable it makes others feel. This discomfort doesn't always come out as outright hostility. It's more subtle, like a passive-aggressive comment about your perfect life or a dismissive reaction when you share good news. It might be a friend who always changes the subject when you mention your grandkids, or a relative who downplays your achievements with a backhanded compliment. At its core, their jealousy isn't about you. It's about them. Your joy reminds them of the happiness they don't feel. Your stability highlights their own uncertainties. Your confidence makes them question their own self-worth. Imagine this. After years of hard work, you finally bought that cozy vacation home by the lake. You share your excitement, expecting congratulations, but instead, you get a cold response. Must be nice to afford that. It stings because you earned it. You sacrificed, saved, and planned for years, but to them, it's a reminder of what they don't have. It's easier for them to resent your success than to confront their own financial struggles. It's crucial to remember that their jealousy is not a reflection of your value or success. It's a mirror of their inner turmoil. But that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, especially when it comes from people you care about. It can make you second-guess yourself, questioning if you should downplay your joy to make others more comfortable. But dimming your light doesn't help anyone. It doesn't solve their insecurities, and it only makes you feel smaller. So, how do you deal with it? First, don't take it personally. Their envy is their issue, not yours. You didn't work hard just to apologize for your achievements. Second, show compassion, but set boundaries. Recognize that their behavior comes from a place of pain, but don't let it steal your joy. Third, choose your circle wisely. Not everyone deserves a front-row seat to your success. Surround yourself with people who genuinely celebrate your victories and see your success as an inspiration, not a competition. Most importantly, keep living your truth. Continue pursuing your passions, nurturing your relationships, and celebrating your milestones without guilt. You've earned your success through perseverance and sacrifice. It's a testament to your journey and your character. Don't minimize your achievements just because they make someone else uncomfortable. In the end, The best way to handle envy and jealousy is to live authentically, shine brightly, and let others deal with their own shadows. If you're still watching this video and find these insights valuable, comment 1 below to let me know you're here, walking this journey with us toward a healthier, more meaningful life. Thank you for your precious time, and remember, every step you take today brings you closer to a happier, more fulfilling life. 2. Misunderstandings and ineffective communication. Misunderstandings and ineffective communication can silently create emotional distance, especially as you grow older. You've lived long enough to know what works and what doesn't, and your straightforward approach is meant to be helpful, not hurtful. But to younger generations, who are accustomed to a more sensitive, nuanced way of communicating, your directness can come off as blunt or even dismissive. Suddenly, well-intentioned advice becomes unwanted criticism, and words of wisdom are mistaken for outdated opinions. It's frustrating because your heart is in the right place, but your words don't land as you intend. This isn't just about words, it's about perspective. You grew up in a world where honesty was a sign of respect. If you didn't like something, you said it, plain and simple. But for younger people, communication is more about validation and understanding. They're not necessarily looking for solutions, they're looking to be heard. This generational gap can lead to them feeling judged, while you feel ignored or unappreciated. It's a classic case of speaking the same language but in different dialects. For example, you see your grandson struggling with his first job and give him solid advice on perseverance. You mean to inspire him, but he hears, "You're not trying hard enough." Or you might ask why your granddaughter spends so much time on her phone. To you, it's a curious question. To her, it feels like criticism of her lifestyle. Neither of you is wrong, but the message gets lost in translation. Over time, these small misunderstandings can build up, creating walls that weren't meant to exist. You may find that they share less about their lives, not because they don't care, but because they're afraid of being judged or misunderstood. Meanwhile, you're left wondering when the connection began to fade. The key to bridging this gap is empathy and active listening. Instead of giving advice right away, start with curiosity. A simple, "I'd love to hear more about what you're going through," shows that you're interested in their experience, not just in solving their problem. It opens the door for honest conversation and helps them feel valued. Also, don't be afraid to clarify if your words were misunderstood. Sometimes a quick, "I didn't mean it that way, let me explain," can clear the air. At the same time, express your feelings calmly when you feel unheard. Let them know how much you care and that your intentions come from love, not judgment. These conversations aren't about winning or losing. They're about connecting. By choosing to understand rather than insisting on being understood, you soften tensions and strengthen your bond with younger generations. Not every misunderstanding will be resolved, but your willingness to adapt and communicate leaves a lasting impression. It shows that even as you grow older, you're still willing to grow with them. 3. Differences in fundamental values and beliefs. Differences in fundamental values and beliefs are often the invisible walls that divide generations. As you grow older, your values become deeply ingrained, shaped by decades of life experience. You've built your identity around principles that have guided you through successes and failures. But in today's rapidly changing world, younger generations may have entirely different beliefs, and these differences can create tension, misunderstanding, and even resentment. It's not just about who's right or wrong, it's about the lens through which you see the world. You value hard work, discipline, and tradition because they've proven their worth in your life. You believe in earning respect, working your way up, and sticking to commitments. But younger generations often prioritize flexibility, innovation, and personal expression. They see value in breaking norms, questioning tradition, and creating new paths. Neither perspective is wrong, but the conflict arises when each side views the other as misguided. Imagine this. You believe in saving money, investing wisely, and planning for the future because financial stability has always been your safety net. But your granddaughter spends lavishly on experiences, traveling, dining out, living in the moment. To you, it seems reckless, even irresponsible. To her, it's about enjoying life, making memories, and embracing freedom. She sees your caution as fear, while you see her spontaneity as short-sightedness. Neither of you is truly seeing the other's perspective, and the distance between your values becomes an emotional barrier. This generational divide isn't just about money. It extends to parenting styles, political views, and even how success is defined. You may see commitment to a stable job as a sign of responsibility, while they view job hopping as ambition and growth. You might prioritize face-to-face communication, while they feel just as connected through texts and social media. When these fundamental values collide, it's easy for both sides to feel judged, misunderstood, or even disrespected. The key to bridging this gap isn't about changing your beliefs or convincing them to adopt yours. It's about curiosity and respect. Approach these conversations with an open mind. Instead of arguing about who's right, ask why they see things that way. Seek to understand their experiences and how those experiences have shaped their values. You don't have to agree, but showing genuine interest fosters mutual respect and keeps communication open. Share your stories too. Tell them about the challenges you faced, the lessons you learned, and how those experiences shaped your beliefs. Storytelling creates empathy, helping them understand that your values weren't just inherited but earned through struggle and perseverance. Remember, not every disagreement will find resolution. Some differences are fundamentally opposed, and that's okay. Focus on finding common ground. It might be a shared love for family, a commitment to kindness, or a mutual hope for a better future. By recognizing these points of connection, you can bridge even the widest divides. Ultimately, navigating differences in values and beliefs isn't about changing who you are. It's about building relationships that honor both your experiences and theirs. By embracing openness and respect, you leave a legacy of understanding, one that transcends generational gaps and enriches everyone involved. If you're still watching this video and find these insights valuable, comment 2 below to let me know you're with me on this journey toward a healthier, more vibrant, and more meaningful life. Thank you for your time. And remember, an active brain is the key to a life full of energy, joy, and purpose. 4. The influence of rumors and gossip. The influence of rumors and gossip can be devastating, especially as you grow older and find yourself more deeply rooted in tight-knit communities, whether it's a retirement neighborhood, a church group, or your own extended family. Gossip spreads like wildfire, often carrying a mix of truth, exaggeration, or outright lies. The real damage isn't just in what's being said, but in how quickly people believe and spread these stories without questioning their validity. Gossip usually stems from boredom, insecurity, or a desire for significance. When people don't have much happening in their own lives, they sometimes focus on others, twisting the truth to create drama or to feel important. As you age, the stories often center around your past choices, financial status, or even your relationships. It could be as simple as a neighbor misinterpreting why you spend so much time alone, turning it into a narrative about family neglect or loneliness. Or maybe a relative misrepresents an innocent comment, causing unnecessary tension within the family. The effects of gossip are profound. It erodes trust, creates divisions, and can leave you feeling isolated or unfairly judged. This is particularly painful when the gossip comes from those you once trusted. You may notice people treating you differently, their behavior shaped by the rumors they've heard, rather than by the truth they know about you. It's frustrating and can even make you question your own worth. So how do you combat this? First, stay true to yourself and your values. Authenticity is your greatest defense against lies. Over time, those who genuinely know you will see through the gossip and recognize your integrity. Second, resist the temptation to engage in counter-gossip or become defensive. Responding with calmness and dignity rather than anger or retaliation diffuses the situation and reflects your strength of character. If a specific rumor reaches you, consider addressing it directly with the person who started it or with those affected by it. A simple, calm statement like, "I've heard this, but it's not accurate, and here's why," can go a long way in dispelling lies. However, not every rumor deserves a response. Choose your battles wisely, focusing on maintaining your peace and preserving relationships that truly matter. Remember, gossip says more about the people spreading it than it does about you. Their choice to focus on negativity reflects their own insecurities, not your value. By maintaining your integrity and staying authentic, you show others that your character remains unshaken by attempts to bring you down. Surround yourself with people who genuinely know and respect you. Those who matter won't be swayed by baseless rumors, and those who believe the gossip were never truly your friends. By staying grounded in your truth and living authentically, you rise above the noise, allowing your actions to speak louder than any rumor ever could. 5. Personal insecurities and projection. Personal insecurities and projection are powerful forces that can shape how people perceive you, especially as you grow older. It's a harsh reality. Sometimes, the resentment others feel towards you has nothing to do with who you are, but everything to do with how you make them feel about themselves. When people see qualities in you that they lack, or challenges you've overcome that they're still struggling with, it can trigger discomfort, jealousy, or even hostility. It's not about you, it's about them and their internal battles. As you age, your life often becomes a visible benchmark. You've navigated the ups and downs, gained wisdom, and built stability. But to someone who feels lost, stuck, or insecure, your achievements can feel like a glaring reminder of their shortcomings. Your resilience and strength can unintentionally highlight their own fears or failures. This emotional discomfort isn't always obvious. It often manifests in subtle ways: dismissive comments, passive-aggressive behavior, or even unnecessary criticism. For example, let's say you've retired comfortably after decades of diligent planning and hard work. You're now enjoying hobbies, traveling, or spending time with your grandchildren. But to someone who's struggling financially or feels trapped in a career they dislike, your freedom can feel like salt on a wound. They might accuse you of being lucky or suggest you must have had help as a way to minimize your accomplishments. It's easier for them to project their insecurities onto you than to confront their own regrets or fears. This projection isn't always malicious. Sometimes it's subconscious. People deflect their frustrations and anxieties onto others because it's less painful than facing their own struggles. But that doesn't make it hurt any less when you're on the receiving end. It's easy to take these reactions personally, especially when they come from people you care about. You might find yourself questioning your worth or feeling guilty for your successes. But here's the truth: their insecurities are not your burden to carry. So how do you navigate this emotional minefield? First, recognize that their reactions are about them, not you. It's a reflection of their internal struggles, not a judgment of your character. Second, respond with empathy, not defensiveness. Understand that their discomfort comes from a place of pain or fear, not from something you did wrong. This doesn't mean you have to accept poor behavior, but it helps you not to take it personally. At the same time, it's crucial to set healthy boundaries. If someone's insecurities are consistently projected onto you, creating negativity or conflict, it's okay to distance yourself. Protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's necessary. You've worked too hard to become the person you are today to let someone else's struggles dictate your happiness. In moments of reflection, remind yourself that their resentment isn't truly about you. It's about their own internal battles. By standing firm in your truth and maintaining compassion, you can navigate these complex interactions with grace. Keep living authentically, embracing the life you've built and the person you've become. You deserve to live freely and joyfully, regardless of who feels uncomfortable with your success. 6. Lack of empathy and understanding. Lack of empathy and understanding is a silent but powerful reason why relationships can become strained as you grow older. It's not always about malice or ill will. More often, it's about a simple failure to see the world through your eyes. People who haven't yet faced the challenges of aging may not realize how deeply it affects everyday life. This can lead to misjudgments or even resentment when they interpret your actions without the full context of your experiences. Imagine this: you've spent years maintaining your home, but now, simple tasks like gardening or carrying heavy groceries take twice as long. You're not lazy or inefficient. You're adjusting to new physical realities. But a neighbor sees you moving slowly and mutters, "They're just so slow. Why don't they hire someone to help?" It's a comment made without malice, but it's rooted in a lack of understanding. They don't realize that slowing down is a natural part of aging, not a character flaw. This lack of empathy can be even more painful when it comes from loved ones. Family members might dismiss your advice, thinking your perspective is outdated, without appreciating the wealth of experience behind your words. They might roll their eyes when you express caution, not realizing it comes from decades of learned wisdom. It's not that they don't care. They simply don't see the world through the same lens. This disconnect can make you feel dismissed or undervalued, creating an emotional distance that's hard to bridge. So how do you navigate this lack of empathy? It starts with open communication. Share your experiences calmly and honestly, helping others see the world from your perspective. Instead of reacting defensively to impatience, explain why certain tasks take more time or energy now. For example, if your children get frustrated because you're hesitant to drive at night, calmly share that your vision isn't as sharp as it used to be. This invites understanding instead of judgment. It's also important to recognize that not everyone will understand, and that's okay. Setting boundaries with those who consistently disrespect your experiences is an act of self-care. Surround yourself with people who value you as a person, who listen without judgment, and who genuinely seek to connect on a deeper level. You can also model empathy yourself. By being patient and kind in your interactions, you encourage others to approach you with the same respect. Empathy begins with understanding, and by setting this example, you inspire others to follow suit. Not every misunderstanding can be resolved, but by leading with patience and compassion, you foster meaningful connections even when faced with ignorance or impatience. In doing so, you create relationships built on respect and empathy, ensuring that your experiences and wisdom are honored and valued. If you're still watching this video and find these insights valuable, comment 2 below to let me know you're with me on this journey toward a healthier, more vibrant, and more meaningful life. Thank you for your time, and remember, an active brain is the key to a life full of energy, joy, and purpose. 7. Competition or rivalry. Competition or rivalry doesn't magically disappear with age. It simply takes on a more subtle form. The need to compare lives, whether through achievements, health, or relationships, can quietly turn into silent resentment. This rivalry is often unspoken but deeply felt, especially when someone believes that your life is more successful or fulfilling than theirs. The truth is, competition doesn't always come from malice. It's usually rooted in insecurity or unspoken regrets. As you grow older, the comparisons can become more pointed. Siblings might feel envious if they perceive your children visit you more often, or if you've maintained a close-knit family, while theirs seems distant. Friends might silently resent your good health if they're struggling with physical limitations. Even within social circles, comparisons over lifestyle choices, social status, or personal achievements can create an undercurrent of competition. This isn't because you did anything wrong. It's because your life highlights something they feel they're lacking. Imagine this. You've always loved traveling, and after years of hard work, you can finally enjoy extended vacations. You share your excitement about an upcoming cruise or a visit to a beautiful national park, expecting your friends to be happy for you. But instead, you get cold smiles or comments like, "Must be nice to afford that." It stings because you've earned this freedom through sacrifice and planning, but to them, your adventures feel like a reminder of the places they'll never visit or the freedom they don't have. This kind of rivalry isn't about you, it's about them. It's about how your choices and experiences highlight the limitations they feel in their own lives. And the more they perceive you as winning, the more they feel like they're losing. It's a silent contest they've created in their minds, and you're unintentionally cast as the competition. Navigating this hidden rivalry requires a delicate balance. On one hand, you have every right to celebrate your achievements and live authentically without feeling the need to downplay your happiness. You shouldn't have to hide your joy just to make others feel comfortable. On the other hand, showing humility and genuinely acknowledging others' strengths can help ease the tension. Small gestures of encouragement, like complimenting someone's resilience or appreciating their unique talents, can transform rivalry into mutual respect. If the rivalry persists, remember that their need to compete reflects their own internal struggles, not your value. You don't need to compare yourself to them or prove anything to anyone. Instead, focus on building supportive, collaborative relationships. Offer encouragement rather than competition, and seek interactions that prioritize connection over comparison. Above all, rise above the rivalry by focusing on your own journey. Continue pursuing your passions, nurturing your relationships, and celebrating your milestones without guilt. Your success and fulfillment aren't diminished by others' insecurities. They are a testament to the life you've built and the person you've become. Let your actions speak for themselves and release any need for silent competition. True fulfillment comes from living authentically, not from winning an invisible race. 8. The influence of social expectations. The influence of social expectations is a powerful, often invisible force that can shape how others perceive you as you grow older. Society tends to place rigid expectations on how older adults should behave, think, and even dream. When you defy these stereotypes by pursuing new passions, expressing bold opinions, or making unconventional choices, it can make others uncomfortable. Your willingness to break the mold challenges their beliefs about what aging should look like, leading to subtle resentment or judgment. This discomfort isn't necessarily about you, it's about them. When you choose to live authentically, you unintentionally highlight the limitations they've placed on themselves. Watching you explore new hobbies, travel solo, or even start a new career later in life can make them question their own choices. If they've resigned themselves to a routine or settled for a life dictated by societal norms, seeing you live freely can be both inspiring and threatening. It forces them to confront the opportunities they didn't take or the societal pressures they never questioned. For example, imagine you decide to learn how to play the guitar. It's been a lifelong dream, and you finally have the time and means to pursue it. You sign up for lessons, practice diligently, and eventually join a local band of fellow enthusiasts. You're having the time of your life, feeling youthful and energized. But then you notice the looks, the whispers. Why is she doing that at her age? Or, isn't he too old to be playing in a band? These comments aren't about your choices. They're about their discomfort. You're challenging the narrative that aging means slowing down or giving up on dreams. And that can be unsettling for those who have accepted that narrative without question. But here's the truth. Their discomfort is not your burden to bear. You've earned the freedom to shape your life according to your values, not society's expectations. Living authentically isn't just your right, it's essential for a fulfilling life. You're not rebelling for the sake of rebellion, you're choosing to live fully and truthfully. So, how do you navigate this subtle social resistance? Start by embracing your choices with confidence and grace. If the opportunity arises, share how these experiences enrich your life, not as a defense, but as an invitation for understanding. Make it clear that your actions come from a place of joy and purpose, not a desire to defy conventions. At the same time, recognize that not everyone will understand, and that's okay. Their discomfort says more about their limitations than about your choices. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your courage, who see your journey as an inspiration rather than a disruption to social norms. These are the people who will cheer you on, who understand that it's never too late to pursue the calling of your heart. By living authentically, you not only find fulfillment, but also set an example for others. You show them that life doesn't come with an expiration date on dreams. Your courage to live boldly can inspire others to challenge the limitations they've set for themselves, leading to richer, more authentic lives for everyone. 9. The lack of recognition. The lack of recognition is one of the most silent but deeply felt sources of resentment as you grow older. After decades of contributing to your family, community, and society, it's easy to feel overlooked when those contributions are taken for granted. People often assume that your sacrifices, wisdom, and hard work are simply part of the backdrop, no longer needing acknowledgement or appreciation. This can be especially painful in family settings where you've played a crucial role in raising children, supporting loved ones, or keeping the family connected, only to feel sidelined in your later years. It's not that your family doesn't love you. It's just that life moves fast. Adult children become preoccupied with their own families and careers. Grandchildren grow up in a digital world that moves at a different pace. Your stories and experiences, once eagerly listened to, now compete with buzzing phones and busy schedules. It's not intentional, but the sting of feeling invisible is real. It's as if all those years of devotion and love have been reduced to a distant memory, fading behind the urgency of the present. This lack of recognition isn't limited to family. In social or professional circles, the respect and attention you once received for your accomplishments may diminish as time goes on. You might notice that people no longer seek your advice, or that your achievements are no longer celebrated. It can feel as though your value is tied to your visibility, and as that visibility decreases, so does your worth. But here's the truth. Your contributions are not erased just because others don't acknowledge them. Your legacy is built not on applause, but on impact. The love you've given, the wisdom you've shared, and the sacrifices you've made are woven into the fabric of the lives you've touched. So how do you navigate this emotional landscape without falling into bitterness or self-doubt? First, recognize that your worth isn't defined by external validation. You don't need constant recognition to know the value of your experiences and the depth of your love. Take time to reflect on your journey and honor the impact you've made. Journaling, storytelling, or even writing letters to loved ones can be powerful ways to document your legacy and find fulfillment in the narrative of your life. Open communication is also essential. If you feel overlooked, gently share your feelings with those who matter most. Sometimes it's not that they don't care, they simply don't realize how much their acknowledgement means to you. A simple conversation can bridge that emotional gap. For example, letting your grandchildren know that you'd love to share some life lessons, or asking your adult children to involve you in family discussions can create meaningful connections and foster appreciation. Surround yourself with people who see your value and respect your wisdom. Seek out friendships and communities where your experiences are valued, where your voice is heard. By doing so, you create an environment where you're celebrated, not just remembered. Most importantly, recognize your own worth. Celebrate the life you've lived, the lessons you've learned, and the love you've given. Embrace your unique journey and live with purpose, knowing that your impact extends far beyond the present moment. True recognition doesn't come from applause. It comes from knowing that your life, every joy, every struggle, every triumph, has meaning and value. In the end, the greatest gift you can give yourself is the freedom to be unapologetically you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one insight you've gained and how you plan to apply it in your life. Let's support each other on this journey of embracing these truths. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment and share your thoughts. If it didn't, feel free to leave a 0. I value your honest feedback. Your voice matters, and your perspective helps us create better content. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and remember, live life on your own terms. I'll see you in the next one.